Hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more of the Quest 64 playthrough. In today's session we're going to continue our magical quest of magnitude to the 64th power. But in actuality we will be continuing our quest and we will be heading off to the next town. So, before we head off, again, a couple of things. First off, couple of days ago, I did live stream some more Banjo-Kazooie speedrunning attempts, and I ran into some technical problems that involved the camera as well as the Elgato freezing every so often. And I did restart my computer to see if this will help alleviate the issue or just get rid of it entirely, which I really hope it does. And I also feel like another thing that could have been causing the high CPU usage I've been experiencing for so many streams is I have too many programs opened all at once. So basically all the programs I have opened are XSplit itself, iTunes, as well as Streamlabs. So I'm going to experiment and see if just closing iTunes and leaving Streamlabs as well as XSplit open, along with Google Chrome, and see if this helps alleviate some of the CPU stress. Anyway, second thing, the reason why we're back in this treasure hall room in Dondoran, I believe? Yep, Dondoran. Is because there's actually a secret area over here that I never even knew existed? Wait, what? What is this? Okay, never mind then. Apparently, I guess I missed the opportunity to go that way. Anywho, I did watch a speedrun of this game of, the 98 Spirits run, meaning, the runner would, collect all 98 spirits, in quotations. And as part of their journey, they went into a secret room within the treasure trove that is like right next to the staircase. Honestly, I never knew that room even existed in the first place, but for whatever reason, I guess it's a one-shot opportunity. Like, if you enter the room and then you leave before going through the secret area, you won't be able to go back through again, which is really damn lame. Alright, let's get back to where we need to be. Which, last time, we were exploring a new forest. And the reason why we were exploring a new forest was because, well, it is an optional area, for one. And two, there are several spirits of which we can find within said forest. So, I figured why not? Why not go back, explore some more, and see what we can find. And maybe we'll not only find the spirits there, all 5 of them, and hopefully leave with our butts intact, we'll also even be able to upgrade our magic that much more. Again, the reason why I want to explore there is because I never really explored there before in my life. Other than what happened in the last play session. So, yeah. Let's go. Also, another thing, too, is, as I mentioned in the previous live stream I did with Banjo-Kazooie speedrunning attempts, I made some adjustments to the color ranges as well as the brightness setting. I basically set everything back to their default setting, except for brightness. I readjusted that to have a positive +10. And the reason why I set it to +10 is so that way you can actually see. Especially in dark places such as this. Because I noticed in the last session, though I could see everything just fine on my television screen, it was way too dark for the actual recording as well as the stream itself. So again, my apologies for the darkness. More darkness than you would hear in a frickin' Kingdom Hearts game. No, seriously. It's that extreme. Anyway, let's head back out. Nice. Ooh, nice evasion somehow, despite clearly being stabbed in the frickin' booty. And another evasion. I like that. There we go. So anyway, from the speed run that I've watched, I believe it's the current world record for the 98 Spirits category, which is a miscellaneous category of Quest 64, believe it or not. Because I believe the main category of this game is any percent. So that's pretty interesting. It was also really fun to watch speedrunners just completely destroy the game. Like, they use basically anything that they possibly can to just get through the game as fast as humanly possible. I mean, that's a speedrun, no duh, but I'm just saying. From what I've watched, there is a pretty big glitch that you can do in the game to help get you the 98 spirits basically incredibly fast without actually searching for every single one. And that glitch that I'm talking about is known as spirit duplication. How spirit duplication works, I'm not really too sure how it works exactly. You basically have to hover over a spirit point and then activate some sort of teleportation move or die during a battle. In which case you would activate the spirit and mash the ever-loving crud out of the corresponding C button to level up that particular spirit level, such as water, earth, etc. It was quite a fun spectacle to watch, especially for like the very beginning when the runner was leveling up the water spirit up to like around level 45, which is absolutely insane. That's how fast they were able to level that up so fast. That sounded so redundant, but you get the point, right? I hope you do. Whew. Damn, those guys really pack a punch. That's for certain. Eventually, we will be able to level up our magic high enough to be able to unlock Healing Level 2. Healing Level 2 heals more HP, but does cost more MP to use. However, you should also keep in mind that as your magic is getting stronger, you'll also be able to heal more HP with even level 1 healing. So, that is pretty nice. So I figured I'd throw that out there, just to let you all know what is going down, what's going on. Also, hello there, asshole. How you doing? Probably shouldn't have used level 2. Yeah, as I thought. By the way, the best spells that you can learn in the entire game, other than actually, yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about that. The two best spells in the game are the Elemental Shield, which grants you invincibility for about 2 turns, and I believe Avalanche. It's a Earth Elemental move that rains down a bunch of boulders. It deals a metric ton of damage to any enemy who gets hit by a boulder. However, it does have a bit of a random property to it too. So that is something you kind of have to keep in mind. Oof. Honestly, that was way too close. Well, out of MP. That's not good. But again, this is fine. This is actually a good thing. That way I can run a couple of steps and then restore a little bit more MP. And again, like I said before, you can regain MP incredibly quickly just by running around on the field. It's also helpful for raising your agility as well. Hello there, Dark Goblin. So anyway, we have some new enemies here. The Dark Goblin as well as mummies. I'm sure they have a proper name, though I don't know which one it is. Guess we'll find out soon enough. It's a ghost stalker. And they're earth elemental enemies. Interesting. You can usually tell what kind of enemies, elemental properties they have based solely on their ranged attacks. Melee, not so much. And it seems like to me that these Dark Goblins, at the very start of every battle, they will raise their agility, which lasts for several turns. Okay. I'm kind of surprised he didn't do any sort of melee attack. Wow, okay. Whack. Phew! I did not mean to level that up. Oh well. It just means that we get a new water ability now, known as Soul Searcher. So what that does is that with the level 1 variant, it'll scan a random enemy, and it'll reveal all of their information, such as HP, what kind of elemental attribute they're associated with, etc. It has a very high accuracy, but it does have a chance to miss. So let me go ahead and explain as soon as I get the chance to dodge this attack. Of course. First time I go to use it, it misses. Come on, man! Forget it. You basically get the idea. I honestly have the worst luck when it comes to magic spells anyway, especially when it comes to boosting any sort of attributes whatsoever. Also, I'm not too sure if any sort of stat boosting abilities stack on top of each other. From my experience, the only thing it does is that it resets the turn counter. So what I mean by that is, say for example, agility raises your agility and evasion for a certain number of turns. Well, if you cast the spell again, it'll just reset that turn counter. Same also applies to the elemental shield, which we will be getting our hands on later on. But regardless, figure I throw it out there. I really don't like the fact that I keep running out of frickin' MP and I have to resort to whacking people. I keep feeling like the R button should be associated with the camera. Well, I might as well level up my Earth element. Okay, with that, we have a new ability for Earth, known as Rolling Rock. Basically what it does, it casts a giant boulder to roll across a horizontal plane. Allow me to demonstrate. It deals quite a bit of damage and covers quite a bit of ground. At least for the level 1 variant. However, you have to keep in mind though, you have to be at the right spot in order for it to work properly. Otherwise, you're going to be in a load of trouble. And it also has a pretty big chance to miss too, so... Again, it is useful, but only for covering a wide angle. That's really about it. I hate that so much. How I accidentally face someone, I go to whack them, and it doesn't actually do it. It just passes my turn. Whack. Oh, come on. Okay. At least we're standing a bit of a better chance here of surviving this forest. Despite us clearly nearly dying several times over, but again, it's not like that matters all that much. Hey, at least the good news is, since Earth and Water Elementals are up to level 10, we can now heal 7 HP with healing level 1. So, that's nice. Speaking of which, let me check, 67%. Alright, we still got a little ways to go before we can level up our spirit again via battling. Oh, hello, we have an evil tree. What kind of elemental is it? I'm gonna guess wind. It's a treant. Kind of a spin on words with the word tyrant, if you know what I mean. And as expected, it is a wind elemental enemy. It doesn't have any sort of melee capabilities, so getting up close and personal may not be the best for your health, but it does help with restoring your MP. So that's pretty nice. Alright, speaking of which, 75%. Okay, I think another battle or two while using my magic should help with leveling up my magic some more. And hello, we have more treants. How intriguing. Okay, I'll stop now. How does fire miss a freaking tree? I wonder what Rolling Rock will do. Pretty decent damage. Honestly, I'm not too sure if this is really worth it or not. But it's worth a shot anyway. Especially when trying to deal damage against multiple enemies at once. There we go. No upgrades yet. But, like I said, we will be getting another spell upgrade soon enough. And I will be focusing on fire as well as wind for the next upgrade path. Yeah, we're up to 92%. Alright. These spirits here can be really damn difficult to find for whatever reason, so... Whoa. Hi. How you doing? It's funny how Hot Lips has the same sort of animations as the man-eating plant. And honestly, it is pretty funny. Except it has an entirely different attack. Okay. Phew. Another close one. Still no upgrade yet, though we will be upgrading it again soon enough. Like, very, very soon. Pretty sure the next battle will give us another upgrade. Let me check. Yes, definitely. Next battle, for sure. Oh, come on. Really? Now, of all times? Oof. Honestly, I feel like those man-eating plants, or these things, Hot Lips, Yeah, they are hot lips. Hits the name. Anyway, these are the worst enemies you can encounter in this forest. They're the most powerful. They have the worst attacks that they can throw at you. It's honestly really damn powerful. Oh, come on! Of all times for that to fail, why now? Oh my god, that was too close. Alright, fire upgrade is here. Let's see, new spells? No, nothing there. Alright. Okay. It may seem like there's not a whole lot here, but trust me, there definitely is. That much is certain. Oof. Okay, I'm kind of surprised I managed to dodge that. Okay. Honestly, I feel like the enemies that have melee attacks are ones you really want to go after and whack with your stick. Because their melee attacks don't deal a whole lot of damage, while their magic attacks really pack a punch. Especially those that do, like, multi-hit attacks. Yeah, those are the worst. Honestly. Okay. Alright, let's upgrade Wind. Let's see, no new spells here. I think once we get the Fire and Wind up to level 10, they will also have some new spells up their arsenal. Though, don't quote me on that. Not just yet. Nice. I'm honestly really surprised that that one Ghost Stalker decided to throw boulders at me despite being at incredibly close range. Sometimes the enemy AI can be very easily exploited, especially in a game like this. Alright, that should be good for HP. Oh, come on. I came to a dead stop. That's a load of baloney. Oof. Okay. Time for a frickin' gang party. This is gonna be fun. Again, I'm really surprised that all three of these guys just love to come up to my face and just jump on my head. Who do they think they are? Super Mario? Alright. Again, this is good for leveling up not only your magic stat, aka your MP, but it's also good for working on your defenses as well as your HP as well. Oh, come on. How did that miss? How did that miss the mummy? I don't get it. Okay. Okay. All done. Alright, that's good for HP. Alright. From what I've noticed so far, I think this, what I've done prior to starting the stream, I think that actually helps a lot. Like, I honestly had no idea iTunes can use up so much of your CPU. I honestly had no idea. But whatever. Lessons learned. That's for sure. Basically, from this point going forward, I'm only going to have iTunes open for, like, the first 5 minutes of the stream. Afterwards, I'll close it. And if I have to step away to, like, go to the bathroom or something, I will open it back up and play some music while I'm away. That's it. Then afterwards, I'll obviously close it. Unless I have to, Unless I have to not step away for so long. Also, treasure! We have a silent flute. Let's see, the silent flute. It's a strange flute with no sound, prevents enemy spells. So basically this causes silence on all enemies, no matter what. So that is sweet. Follow the scenic valley into the forest and you will come upon a blue cave. But I can assure you that the road will not open without permission from the spirits. Basically, I think what she's saying is, within the next town, there is another pretty big area that we'll have to go through. However, we're going to need another mystical object in order to even have access to the place. So, that's basically what she's saying. She's foreshadowing things to come. So, that's pretty nice. Okay. Camera, work with me, please. Fire. Awesome! We have a new fire set of spells. Homing Arrow! Basically, remember those goblins shooting those kinds of arrows at us before? It's the same spell. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and showcase it now. After I dodge this attack. Or get hit. That works too. Overall, not a very effective spell. So that is kind of lame. And honestly, it's not worth the MP cost. But you can upgrade the spell to fire more homing arrows and it'll be more effective. Kind of. But, again, not exactly worth it, in my honest opinion. Whack. Okay. Oh, come on! Really? By the way, I believe your agility also affects turn order, so if an enemy has greater agility than you, then they'll begin their turn first. However, it only applies to like a single enemy within the group. So, that's something to keep in mind. Excuse me. Now then. I believe we're done here. Though I didn't get every single spirit here. Again, it's not like that really matters all that much to me. I'm not going after every single spirit. Nice. Okay, that was turn 2. It's 3, I think. I think that was 5. Okay. So, I guess another thing that's worth noting too is that the stat boosting spells do have a varying degree of how long they last, with the exception of the elemental shield. Some of them last between 2 to 6 turns, and others last a different time frame. But it's at least 2 turns guaranteed per stat boosting spell, except the elemental shield. That lasts for about a turn or 2. Yeah, about 2 turns. Okay. Again, it was worth exploring this place. Definitely well worth exploring, just for not only the potential spirits you can find here, but also for the experience as well. Some enemies here are incredibly powerful, such as the Hot Lips, the Triat, as well as the Dark Goblins as well. They can also be pretty powerful, especially with their high evasion and everything, and their annoyance. But hey, it's all part of the fun. Alright. Now, later on, we will be able to learn a spell that can instantly teleport us back to an entrance of a dungeon. As far as when we'll be able to learn it, it's gonna be a while, let me tell you. Heh, nice. Nice, new upgrade. So now we have a new spell for the wind category known as Silence. Basically, as I've said, it's like the magic flute. It'll prevent an enemy from casting spells. So, that is pretty nice. That is if it hits. In fact, the Silence spell would be good against, you. God damn it. About what I expected. Okay. We are going to take some serious hits here. Whack. Okay. It appears that one Hot Lips guy is like kind of stuck. Okay, he wasn't that stuck. But you get the point. There we go. That's good. Alright, and with that, we are out of here. Like I said, the spirits within that forest are very difficult to find. But if you can find at least 2 of them, you should be fine. And you can even get a free silence flute out of it too. The cool thing about items that cost status elements are the spells are mostly guaranteed. When I say mostly, I mean it works primarily on regular enemies, but not so much on bosses. So I figure I'd throw that out there. There you go. Like I said, Rolling Rock is maybe... It may not be the most useful spell out there, but it is good for covering a wide area within a pretty close proximity. Rolling Rock level 2 doesn't really extend the range, it just makes the rock bigger so it covers a little bit more ground in a wider area along its path. Also, hello! We have a rooster dragon! What the hell is this thing? It's a cockatier. By the way, those creatures do exist in real life, but not in this form. Its primary form of attack is, I believe, Rock Shower? Rock Shower is probably one of the more broken spells in the game, but not the most broken by far. And when I say broken, I mean it can crash the game kind of broken. I'm dead serious. It can crash the game if used in the wrong place. However, I've only encountered that issue in like one particular location throughout the entire game. And I don't plan on finding out if there are any others that also suffer the same sort of problem. Okay. Thanks for coming up to me. Prepare to die. Oh, come on, really? I just got unfrozen, too. That is lame. Come a little closer, buddy. That way I can give you a nice kiss. There you go. Alright, let's continue our little expedition. By the way, if you want to know where our next stop is going to be, now that we're finished with the forest, you see the little boat icon as well as the little house on the map? Well, that is our next stop. As the reason why we need to head there is so we can get to our next major continent. I'm dead serious. Okay, that works. Again, not the most useful spell for taking out this mad doll here, but I'm okay with that. Oh, come on. How did it not hit the other guy? I don't get it, but whatever. Come on! Again? I wonder if agility also has to do with accuracy. I kind of wish that was the case, so that way we can increase it over time. But I don't think that's how it works. Also, screw you. Hello, Goblin. How y'all doing? I wonder what the percentage rate for silence is. Probably not very high. I'm also really surprised that these goblins don't have a melee attack either. You would think that they would, since they have little daggers for weapons. But no, they just primarily use magic and that is it. A lot of enemies in this game always try to use magic whenever possible. So, again, that makes perfect sense. Great shot! Such power, such grace! There we go! Finally, silence actually hit the SOB! Silence is great for enemies that primarily use spells. That way you can essentially turn them into a frickin' punching bag. But again, silence actually has to hit your target in order to actually be effective. Which it rarely does. Which is rather unfortunate. Let's see. Nothing else I can see over here, so that's fine. Again, it's always worth trying to explore every nook and cranny, so that way you can find potential spirits, if anything. If anything, it just means you'll get that much stronger over time. There you go. Good whack on the head. Goodbye. Okay. Let's see what else we can find after these messages. Said no one ever. Screw the encounter rate, I swear, man. You know what would be the ultimate form of hilarity? Is if I was drinking Rollin' Rock while using the Rollin' Rock ability. While on the Rollin' Rocker on the NES. And of course, that missed because I am that good at the game. That would be hilarious, but no. That's not how it works. Okay, what's next? Again, I didn't really watch any glitchless speedruns of Quest 64, only the one in the glitch category, because I just love watching the game get utterly destroyed. There is a glitchless category in speedrunning Quest 64, believe it or not, and that is for, I believe, all categories, such as any percent, as well as the 98 Spirits category. So, if you're into that sort of thing, feel free to check it out. Oh, hello! Now we really have a frickin' frog-like enemy from Chrono Trigger. So, we have not only the Frog Knight, but we also have the Frog King. Oof! That attack, oddly enough, is a pretty powerful one. It pierces all defenses. Though for whatever reason, it seems to me that their variant so far is not very strong. Alright, let's continue, shall we? Oof. I don't know why I'm getting a cramp in the back of my frickin' thigh right now. Oh dear. I wonder if it's possible to crash the game if too many enemies spawn in at once. I don't know. I don't plan on finding out anytime soon. Okay. Honestly, that was really surprising how, Okay. Okay, really? Goodbye. I guess one thing worth noting is, Though we are exploring a new area, sometimes we may encounter some older enemies. You should save the older enemies for last and just target the newer ones, because the newer ones are technically stronger than the old ones. Anyway, we made it to our destination, kind of. We're here at the next hotel. The water capital, Larapool, is located on the other side of the lake. There is no fairer city in the Isles. It's even as pretty as the castle town Limeland. Interesting. I don't know if I should say I agree or disagree with that statement. Anywho, before we save our progress, we will explore the hotel rooms, so that way we can see if there are any treasures around, because you never know what you may find. I've been lying low here because of the dangers in the woods. Now it is safe to go to Dondoran and back to the monastery. Aw, that's nice. That's nice to hear. After all, I was the one who was responsible for that. Responsible for restoring peace and order within that region. But hey, like I said, most NPCs don't really have very much information as far as usefulness is concerned. They may do sometimes, but other times not so much. Welcome to the hotel by the lake. Will you be staying here? Yes, I will. Alright. Alright, and with that, we are ready to head on out. Let's hop onto the ship and get ready for a journey. Welcome aboard. You are the first passenger in many a day. Come to think of it, the last traveler I met bears a striking resemblance to you. Much older, though. We're shoving off for Larapool. And that is exactly where we're going to go. So, in order to head there, we just need to head into the ship's hull here. And then you can just simply walk right back out. There really is nothing much here. What am I going to do? The wind has stopped and now the lake is flowing in the wrong direction. If it stays like this, we can't make the crossing to Larapool. A fine kettle of fish. Ew. So it appears that we have taken a little detour. So, this is pretty interesting. Anyway, our next stop is not... Okay, never mind. We are heading towards Larapool. There are a couple other places that we could technically go. Not only Larapool, but there's also Coral Hazard, which is a pretty big destination where we'll have to be going to eventually. And there's also Windward Forest. That place can only be accessed from the other town connected between Coal Hazard and also the forest itself, known as Normoon. We will be heading towards those destinations relatively soon, like within the very near future. We haven't seen any ferry passengers for a long time now. If you like, laddie, spend the night here and rest yourself. Sure thing. Oddly enough, I've also seen speedrunners use this particular place to death warp back to this particular location once they're done with Larapool in this continent. Kind of odd, but it's true. And before we continue, I'm going to drink some of this. It's just a Propel. Ooh. Good God, I needed that. That's for certain. Anyway, let us continue. Onward to bigger and better things in a brand new foreign land. As we're getting ready to head off to our next major destination. And here we have more werehairs. And they're just as weak as they were before. Just shoot a fireball in their face, or splash them with some water, and you're good. They go down extremely easily. Especially now. And they don't give out a whole lot of experience, so that is kind of unfortunate, but whatever. Also, we finally have some new enemies. We have a gremlin. They certainly look like ones, but ones and tutus. I honestly don't get it. But more power to them. If they are happy in that sort of getup, then let them be what they want to be. And I'm not going to go any further than that. God damn it, I missed. I guess another thing too is that the idle animation for these guys can kind of get in the way. They also do have a bit of a melee attack too. And that melee attack has the potential to freeze you in place. And of course, much like with the other ice attack, okay, never mind, it can still miss, even at close range. Except when it's, like, up close in your face. And it is a pretty powerful attack, so don't underestimate it. You may think it's nothing more than, just a puff cloud of, blue puffiness. I guess. It's not, trust me. It's cold. Like, ice cold. And it can kill you relatively quickly if you're not careful. Alright, how close am I? 92%. Okay, so a couple more battles should allow me to level up my magic a bit more, so that's pretty nice. Oh, come on! Well, at least I hit something. Again, I wanted to try to be efficient and kill all three of those frickin' werehairs all at once. But apparently that wasn't happening. Unless I do this. And even that didn't target this guy, of course. Heh. Whatever. Again, it's good to work on leveling up your magic. Also, we have another new enemy. This is Orc Jr. He is not much of a threat. He's just like the Mad Eaters. They primarily use rock attacks, and you can very easily dodge them. Also, we have what looks to be literal hellhounds, but are actually known as ghost hounds. Ghost hounds use level 2 fire and can hit you multiple times. And they don't have any sort of melee attacks either. Plus, their fire attacks can also be very, very deadly. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, come on! Quit missing! Thank you! Good God! There we go. God damn. That took a while. Whatever, man. Whatever. I'm okay with this. I honestly am. Honestly, out of all the enemies that are here, I feel as though the ghost hounds are probably the worst. Although, we will be encountering other enemies that are also debatably stronger. Though we won't be encountering them on this particular path. Not yet. Once you get up close and personal with the Orc Juniors, they're literally nothing. at all. Just give them a few whacks and then they'll just go to sleep forever. Okay. As far as where we're going to be going to next, we are going to go to Laura Pool. Okay. Kind of surprised it didn't hit this guy too. God damn it. Okay. I guess another thing worth noting is that sometimes it's a better idea to just stand still, and you could potentially dodge all the attacks that are being thrown at you. This is most exploitable with the Wind Cutter ability, though that's not always the case, so that is something to keep in mind. Alright. Let us continue this mighty expedition now, shall we? Oh, come on, really? I literally just took 2 steps and I got screwed. Okay, it's not that bad. Again, I could use this as more experience. More experience for me. Plus, I could dance literal circles around these Orc Juniors, too. So, it's not the worst thing ever. Trust me, I've had far worse. Okay. That was pretty good, although that kind of sucked. There you go. Damn it! Again, like I said, sometimes the idle animations can get in the way of being able to whack your enemies. You go to whack and then the staff icon just disappears. Whack. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but you can actually restore the camera back behind you relatively slowly, might I add, by holding the B button. Not the most useful feature, but it's still a feature nonetheless. Also, welcome to the next town, which is Larapool. Larapool is a pretty big town located along the frickin' waterfalls of a mountain. You're a wee lad to be travelling about. I'll give you blue wings. They might be of help. You must remember that wings will not work in forests or caves. No duh. Thank you very much, though. Although I find it kind of BS how wings do not work in forests. It makes sense for them not to work in caves, but why not forests? You can just fly out of a forest pretty easily with wings. Seriously. Like, what the devil? I've heard the entrance to a cavern known as Blue Cave is located somewhere in this town. It leads to a mysterious, beautiful valley. According to an old saying, if the protecting waters recede, the road leading to Crystal Valley will be opened. My grandfather told me about it when I was small. Up until now, no one has ever found the entrance. I'm kind of surprised, considering how there is a thing called high tide and low tide. Not tide pods, just saying. Of course, this is a video game, and with limited technology, especially in the 90s, programming tides such as that is not exactly easy unless it's pre-programmed and pre-designed. A long time ago, a water spirit created a crystal well. Ever since, Laura Pool has been blessed with much water, and well allowed water levels to be adjusted freely. People say the well still exists somewhere in the town. I wonder if it's true. Indeed, it is true. A sorceress named Lila is living here. It is thanks to her protective spell that we can live in safety. Huh. Very interesting. Nice to learn a little more and a little history about this town. That's for certain. It is a shame that this place does kind of tank the frame rate, though. My wife keeps pushing our daughter to become a singer. I like her to do whatever she wants. Not exactly the most useful of information, and if you feel that way about your kid, good on you. Honestly. Oh, hello, we meet again. The ferry boat has broken down, and I seem to be stuck here in this town. It seems that an evil force is casting a spell upon the water and the wind. They call this place Laura Pool, the water capital. Across from the southern cavern is Normoon, city of the wind. One place or the other may hold your fortune. Indeed, this is very true. Believe it or not, we will be heading to that particular town within this session. Hello, you. I'm Layla, the sorceress. My destiny is to protect Laura Pool, but somehow the wind has stopped blowing. The reason can be found near the city of wind, Normoon. When the wind stops, demons are free to spread throughout the land. I am using all of my power as water spirit to fight them off. Our world is balanced by 4 different spirits. If one of them should become stronger or weaker than the others, we are doomed. I have only enough power to protect this single region. Master Brian, you must help protect the rest. Of course. I'll do my best. And no, that was not intentional rhyming. I'm just stating the obvious of what I'm going to do. Funny enough, this hotel in particular is one of a few hotels, I believe, if not the only one, that features multiple levels. So, not only does it have an upstairs room, it also has a downstairs basement room, and a couple of other places like a cellar, like right here. Or this leads outside. Okay, this works too. Also, this room is not accessible yet. Not until we get our hands on the water stone. And I'm going to try to be getting that within this session. And if not, it'll be the next one for sure. Oh. This also leads outside. Okay. I guess, both can, allow you to, go to different parts of, the outer perimeter of the hotel itself, so that's pretty nice. I traveled all over when I was young, and I heard all kinds of stories, but the scariest one was the Day of Grief. All the princesses of Zeldaland were frightening of possession of a magic book, but the victorious Providence fell into ruin in only one day. That day came to be called the Day of Grief. A powerful magician restored the peace, but his methods are long forgotten. Huh. That's interesting, I guess. Let's see, what else can we find? Doesn't look like much else. Now, I'm pretty sure there is an area where I can go to get some fresh bread if need be. What do you say, lad? This is a proper hotel and tavern. Not much food left, but would you like a room? Yes, please. I find it kind of funny how you can stay in any hotel for free, just like in Paper Mario. But, again, that's just me and observations. Okay. Before we leave, I want to see if there is another place where I could technically go to get some frickin' bread or something. If need be. And I'm pretty sure this place over here was where I just entered at to get some wings. Yeah, I think it says just that. Okay. Alright, well with that, we have our destination in mind. Our next stop is going to be the Cool Hazard and Normoon. That is where we're going to be going to next. However, it is going to be a long and treacherous journey, so yeah, it's going to take a while in order for us to get there. But trust me, once we do get there, we'll be able to figure out what the cause of the wind stopping is all about. Why is it happening? Although I'm pretty sure that the cause really is as simple as someone stole a mystical stone and we need you to get it back. Oh, by the way, you can keep the stone. Use it to help you on your journey. That's basically how it works. Goodbye. Alright, let's continue onward, shall we? In order to get to this cave, all we really need to do is follow this path along the riverside. You may think that we should take the bridge and go through the forest that way. Well, we can't do that. Because, oddly enough, the forest is completely blocked off. The forest's gate is locked. It's locked from the other side. So we have to take the long, long way around in order to even get to the next town. And I mean, it is a very long, long way. Okay. Whack. And dead. Thank you. Okay, really? There we go. That's what we call efficiency. That was exactly what I wanted to do. Kill both of those frickin' rabbits in one go. I would have liked to damage the Orc Jr. too, but, no. Apparently the game was not having that today. Again, it's fine. Goodbye. Now then. One pretty cool feature about this game is when you're going through super narrow passageways and hallways of sorts, you won't encounter any enemies whatsoever. The same also applies when you're running around out of bounds, unless you're over or under a certain play area. So, I figured I'd throw that out there as a bit of an interesting trivia. If you can even call it that. Regardless, it's useful information nonetheless. I don't know why, but my allergies are starting to go off for whatever reason. So if I sound like I'm stuffed up, like nobody's fool, that's the reason. Also, we have a new enemy, Murrow. Their primary form of attack is just throwing icicles at you, but they also have another very annoying ability too, which they'll probably cast now, or not. The other ability that they can cast is the ability to lower your defense, and that lasts for quite a while too. I guess another thing worth noting too is that whenever they attack, they do move back. They move backwards. So if they end up freezing you in place, they could potentially move out of your attack range. And that is really annoying if they do. Okay, no new spells here. Alright. Again, about what I expected. As your spells get stronger, you will unlock different spell variations. Excuse me. As far as when we'll unlock better variants of certain spells, we're going to need to upgrade our spells that much more. Make them that much stronger, increase their levels as high as possible, which in this case it's a maximum of level 50. So that's something worth mentioning. Oh, hello. Nice place you got here. After you pass a cave known as Coal Hazard up ahead, it's straight onto Normoon. It's quite a hike, so rest here till you're ready to leave. Indeed. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me a place to stay, madam. I highly appreciate it. Okay. Not only does she offer a place for you to stay, but, she basically marks a checkpoint, so if you end up dying within the cave, which is very likely... Oh wow, I'm surprised I hit all three of them. This is efficient. Okay, even if they don't all move... This is good for me because I can just do that. Thank God for fire being able to hit this guy at point blank range to the right hand side of my face. That is if it actually hits him. Come on, quit missing! Another thing you could do is, if you feel like you're running low on health or MP for that matter, instead of having to rely solely on healing magic, you could just return to the old lady's house, rest up again, and restore your magic that way. Although, I think we'll still be good, and we'll be fully stocked up and ready to go by the time we enter this place. Speaking of which, that place is right over here. Not on this cliffside, of course. I mean, like, literally, right down here. Welcome to this god-awful cave known as Coal Hazard. Coal Hazard is a place where it is incredibly easy to get lost in, and it's also a place where you can accidentally end up going backwards in the wrong direction. Because the landscape is not very clearly defined. So, yeah, that is really damn lame. Anyway, say hello to a new enemy which we will be fighting throughout the entirety of the cave, known as the Skelebat. It's literally a human skull with bat wings. Who does it think it is? Batman? That's seriously what these things are called. These are some of the most infamous enemies in the game because within the blue cave, if you encounter 3 of them within a certain room, and you use the ability Rock Shower on them, it will crash the game. It only happens with that one group, though, for whatever reason. I don't understand why that is, but it is the way it is. So one thing I recommend here is just proceed like you normally would and just fight every enemy you can. This way, you'll face the right direction upon finishing the battle. Also, Rolling Stone or Rolling Rock, whatever it is, yeah, Rolling Rock, it's useless here. At least within this part of the cave. The reason as to why is because you are on a cliffside technically, so it'll literally just roll right off to the face of the earth. Okay. Alright, at least at this point now we can heal 8 HP instead of 7. So that's good news. One nice thing about this cave that I will say is at least the paths here are mostly narrow, with a couple of exceptions of a couple of areas coming up, such as here, and also like the very beginning sort of area, as you can just work on leveling up your agility and just run through the cave as fast as you can, unless you go out of bounds, in which case you can basically skip the entire cave. However, you have to do it in a very specific spot. As far as what that spot is, I really don't know. Another thing worth noting too is that Scalabats, at least at this part of the cave, are very, very difficult to hit. At least hit with your stick. If they're on flat ground such as this, you're good. You're fine. Come on, really? Whack. God damn it. Come on, quit missing! Thank you. Good God. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Also, for whatever reason, the encounter rate is rather high in this cave. I mean, it does make some sort of sense because cave dwellers infest the caves and actually live there. But even so, it's still kind of annoying in a video game standpoint. Thankfully, the bats here, the Scalabats, they aren't too bad, but they are annoying, and they tend to appear in groups of 2 or 3. Most of the time it's 2 at least, so that is something worth mentioning. Also, this cave is a pretty long trek, so that is something worth mentioning too. Hey you, welcome to the first major part of this cave, and it's also a place where some new enemies will start to emerge. Oh wow, I actually silenced an enemy. That'll help. Say hello to the blood gels. Blood gels fire homing arrows for their attacks. And they only do that. They don't have any sort of melee capabilities whatsoever. Also, their homing arrows deal quite a lot of damage for just being homing arrows. Plus, their attacks last for quite a while. There we go. All done with that. Blood gels tend to appear in groups of at least 2 or more. So that is something worth mentioning. It may seem like that their arrows don't deal a whole lot of damage, but those totals add up rather quick. And just by moving around, you can dodge them fairly easily, though you are guaranteed to at least receive 1 or 2 hits. And that's like per attack. So you need to be kind of prepared for that. Honestly, they're not the worst enemies you can find here. There are far worse enemies here which we will be encountering. Here's one of them now. That is a wyvern. Wyverns are very, very deadly creatures because they have 2 attacks. They have that, which deals a metric ton of damage. Also, come on, spirit armor. You can't be doing that to me. Thank you, good God. Wow, even spirit armor doesn't protect you very much against the wyverns. Oof. Well, damn it. That stinks. Oh well, what can you do? Again, the wyverns honestly are one of the worst enemies you can encounter within that cave. And that's really about it. It's them and also one other enemy that are also very, very deadly and very annoying too. And those are the scarecrows. No, I'm serious. Scarecrows are what those other enemies are called. We'll be encountering them soon enough. And scarecrows do not look like scarecrows. They look more like frickin' Psyduck. Except it's more like a shiny Psyduck, except it's green. Rather than an actual shiny, if you know what I mean. I'm surprised we only have one of you. Oh, come on. How did that miss? There we go. Much better. Again, even though we are kind of starting over from the entrance of the cave, it's not the biggest deal in the world because we weren't really that far in as of yet. And also, we get to keep all the experience that we've gained up to that point, and it won't take us very long to get back to where we were previously either. Especially if we try to stick to the walls around here and avoid encounters altogether. Hello. Welcome back, Skullbats. You suck. Come on, really? What's really annoying is if an enemy is hovering outside of the battle zone and out of bounds, you can't go and whack them with your stick. You have to wait for them to either come to you or use magic to hit them from range. And unfortunately, if you run out of magic and they refuse to come to you, you have no choice but to try to make your escape. Alright, level up. See what we got. How about Earth? I'm not that kind of girth. I don't even know where I was going with that. Alright, let's move on. Hopefully we won't encounter any more freaking skelebats around here. Knowing my luck though, they'll appear right now. What did I tell you? There might be a way to predict when an enemy is about to approach you in battle. It does kind of suck that they just appear. And there's not really a whole lot you can do about it. I wonder if rock is more effective against these enemies than fire is. And it would kind of make sense since rock, paper, scissors is kind of a thing. Although I don't know if it truly is a thing or not. At least when it comes to this game. I mean, sure, if you use like an Earth Elemental attack with an Earth Elemental enemy, it won't be very effective at all. But even so. Same holds true for all other elements if they're used against the element of the same attribute. Let's try silence. Did it hit him? No, of course not. Okay, so when it comes to the wyverns, you definitely want to try to be as far away from these guys as possible. As if they get too close, they will nuke you into oblivion. Even if they do get up close and personal in your face, even if they're moving... God damn it. Of course that missed. If they're up close and personal in your face, they don't tend to do that super powerful fire attack that acts kind of like a landmine. The regular fire attacks are also really deadly, but it's not the worst thing ever. Trust me, there are far worse. These suckers also take quite a while to take down, too. I'm pretty sure they have well over 100 HP. By the way, I think getting behind them is also kind of out of the question, because if you do that, then you'll just end up getting nuked by their frickin' fire explosion-like attack, which is bad. Oof. I'm honestly surprised that both of those fire attacks hit me. Whew! Oh my god, that took a while. But at least the good news is, at least you get a lot of experience from those wyverns because of them being so freaking powerful. Alright. Another thing you could do is, if you feel like you are going to lose the fight, there's no shame in just running away. Just run away and live to fight another day. Oh, speaking of the devil. Might be time for me to book it. Especially now. Oof. I'm kind of surprised I managed to get that off as the battle was commencing. Okay. Okay. Another one down. Slowly working on gaining all of my frickin' lost HP. Slow process, I know. MP is also kind of a concern too. Oh dear, especially now. I'm out. Bye. Alright, let's level up fire now. Alright, that should be good for HP for now. Healing potion. Healing potion can be a pretty useful item. Okay, damn it! I was hoping that silence would, actually hit him. Thank you! If you silence a wyvern, they won't be able to attack you, but they can still move. God damn it. Okay, so really the best thing you can do is use silence on the wyverns and pray that it actually hits. If it doesn't, you're in trouble. And also use the time while they're silenced to just whack them. As soon as you see the X go away, you need to book it as fast as you can, get some distance between you and the wyvern, and launch silence again. Again, you kind of have to pray that the spell actually hits. Excuse me. Now then, let's continue. Okay, that'll work. Although I'm not really sure what element these guys are. I could do a soul search. Figure that out. Although, if I have to guess, they are probably of a earth elemental. Hence the reason why that rolling rock didn't really do a whole lot of damage. Come on, really? Here we go. Another thing you could do to restore your MP is use like something like this, a hero string, or even one of those dewdrops. You could use one of those too, but again, dewdrops and other items are limited. And you only want to really use them unless you know that you can survive the encounter. There we go. Soul Search actually hit him. And yeah, it's an Earth Elemental. It has 97 HP, so pretty interesting. By the way, the Soul Search is only active for a certain number of turns. Not sure how many turns exactly, but it is something worth mentioning. There we go. I'm honestly really surprised that the silence really came through when it did. Oh dear. Speaking of the devil, looks like I'm gonna have it help me yet again. Damn it! Damn it! You can never really tell if silence was actually successful or not, because of the bad camera angle. Most of the time, there's no sound effect to indicate that he was, in fact, silenced. You kind of have to pray that it actually does hit. There we go. Jesus. Oh, come on. It only lasted one turn? Is he really that much stronger? I guess he is. Hence the reason why silence is not really working too well. These spells typically don't work. Hardly ever. They have very low reliability and accuracy. And that's what annoys me the most. Of course. Another miss. It's just gonna keep missing, isn't it? There we go. Good God. Now watch. It only goes away now. Okay. God damn, that was annoying. Wasted all my frickin' MP again. Just from that. Take one step and heal again. I don't even know where I was going with that. I think I was trying to impersonate the Do to Mario song from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. What can I say? It is appropriate, especially for a time like this. Ooh. Alright, so here's the last major enemy whom we're going to be fighting within this cave. The Scarecrow. And like I said, they look like frickin' Psyduck. More like a demonic, shiny version of Psyduck. Hit with radioactive waste, if you know what I mean. The Scarecrow's element is wind, though I'm not too sure how much HP these guys have. They don't have any sort of melee capabilities whatsoever. And they only do the wind-style attacks. So that is something else worth mentioning, too. Oh. I know I could use a couple of dewdrops to restore my MP and be able to heal that much faster, but that's not really efficient, at least in my honest opinion. Oh, come on. Seriously? Why now? Screw it. Oh, come on! I was in the escape zone! That's better. Jesus. God, that was annoying. Alright, that's good enough for HP. Maybe 3 away from maximum, but that's totally fine with me. Oh, really? We have a frickin'... We have more of these guys? Okay. Again, this is fine. I can still work with this. I really am impressed that the stick is honestly the most powerful attack that you can unleash on your enemies. Granted, you have to be up close and personal in order to whack them to death, but even so, still a very useful tool, especially for close quarters combat. By the way, if you want to increase the attack stat, which is hidden on the menus by the way, you have to keep whacking enemies. As you continue to whack, your attack gets stronger. And it comes with the regular whacking physical attack power, not so much magic. Just saying. There we go. Another upgrade time. Sweet. Alright, we got a few chests over here, which I'm pretty sure, yep, of course, guarded. Guarded by a goddamn wyvern. Well, that's not necessarily true. But of all the enemies to get here, why a wyvern, I have no idea. Thank you. Sit down. God damn it. I hated how silence only is effective for like a single turn. Sometimes. You can only get like 1 or 2 whacks in before you have to start booking it. Sometimes it can last a lot longer too. Okay, I shouldn't have chanced that. Of course, I'm paying the price now. Thank you. That was a lot more painful than necessary. Jesus. Again, at least with casting silence over and over again, it does allow me to work on gaining more MP. Here we have a healing potion and also a honey bread. Nice. Pretty nice items to pick up. Although honey bread's not the most useful thing out there right now, but it's still any help with being able to recover HP without using magic. It's honestly okay in my books. Dang it. You would think that these blood gel enemies wouldn't be earth elemental, but in actuality they are. When I first encountered these guys so many years ago, I wasn't sure if they were earth elemental enemies or if they were more like fire or water. Because they look like they could be of either one of those elements, not so much wind. But again, that's just observation from their looks. Don't judge a book by its cover, is what they say, and that's an old saying that holds very true, especially to this very day. Okay. Well, with our wind level up to level 12 now, we have Wind Cutter level 3. It costs 3 MP to use and uses a bunch of wind cutters to attack any and all enemies that are around. So, that is pretty nice. Granted, it costs 3 MP to use it. And again, not the most useful of abilities. It's good for crowd control, kind of. But, still not the best. By far. Okay. I'm honestly kind of surprised that this guy didn't die too. But at least now he's dead. Okay, let's continue after we heal ourselves a billion more times. Eventually we will get our hands on healing level 2, which will heal a whole bunch more HP. But again, it costs way more MP to use, like 3 instead of 2. But again, very useful. More useful than you'll ever know. Excuse me. There we go. I've also noticed that occasionally, not only will you heal like roughly 8 HP per healing use, you may occasionally heal 9 HP, which is also really damn good. Oh crap. We got triple trouble. Best to book it. If a wyvern is not alone, definitely get the hell out of there. Otherwise, you're going to be playing Ring Around the Rosie with not only the wyvern, but also its friends. And that's what makes things really annoying and really cumbersome. I would love to be able to see behind me, please. Anyway, the reason why I used the water pillar there was to see if I could possibly hit both of these frickin' blood gels. And maybe even kill them both in one strike, but no. Apparently that wasn't going to work. That was definitely not going to fly. Alright. We're almost done with this cave, believe it or not. We're getting pretty close to the exit. Which is really freaking sweet. Because honestly, this cave goes on for far too long, in my opinion. Within this stretch of land, we should be safe now. At least for right now. And yeah. Excellent, we made it to a safety part. Okay, that was not necessary. Why did I do that? So long as you're within this sort of green pipe-like path within this area, you won't have to worry about any sort of enemies whatsoever. Seriously, it's just that long and also kind of boring. Kind of wish you could run a little bit faster along this pathway, but no, you can't. It is unfortunate. Alright. Silent flute? Nice. I'll take it. I could use something like that. Especially if another wyvern pops up out of frickin' nowhere. Okay. Oh, hi. Had no idea we had more blood gels. That was kind of unexpected. But that's fine. I don't mind fighting a little bit more before we leave. It also means that we can pick up a little more experience before we go, too. So long as it's not a wyvern, then we're okay. Oh, come on. Seriously? There we go. All done with that, thank God. Phew. Well then, like I said, we're basically done here. Actually, no, we're not. Never mind. Oh. There's still a little more to this cave to go, I'm afraid. I thought that once we reached that green pipe area, then we're good to go, but no, not just yet. At least the good news is, at least now, with these blood gels attacks, they only deal like 1 to 2 damage. So taking all those hits was definitely well worth it. It's kind of weird how you have to get hit in order to increase your defense. There we go. Alright. That was basically the element I wanted to increase anyway, up to level 13. Okay, as far as how much more there is left to go, there really isn't much. In fact, I feel like we're in the home stretch now. Honestly, this cave feels like it goes on practically forever, but oh well, that's all part of the fun of exploring places such as this. So long as you keep moving forward, you shouldn't accidentally turn yourself around. And with that, we are out! Welcome to the next major city, Normoon! Welcome to Normoon, everyone, where the frame rate tanks to about 5 frames per second as you're heading into the town itself. The town is quite peaceful and serene. There's quite a large number of spirits you can find here, though they kind of blend in with the environment a bit, so that is something you kind of need to keep in mind. There's also a couple places where we can actually go into to gather some additional resources and items. And there may be another spirit or two we can pick up too. Fresh bread. And Hero's Drink. Now I think Hero's Drink... Okay, that's just an MP restoring item. Probably gonna need a lot of those from this point going forward. In fact, I think that's what we're going to be using. Too, because of the amount of MP that we have currently. thankfully it does restore all of our MP in like a single use. So that's nice. Here we have more fresh bread. And fresh bread. A lot of fresh bread found in these windmills here. It's kind of weird. It's as if this town is basically made for bread. Hello there. Hey there, have you seen a silver-haired man with razor-sharp eyes? Where has that knave gone? Good question. Oh, that sounds kind of suspicious. As far as who that person is, I'm pretty sure that's someone who we're going to be needing to hunt down in order to get back the mystical stone. Nobody here but us old folks. We're retired druids. We can't do magic anymore, so if the wind should stop or demons should swarm into town, we would be powerless to do much about it. Oh dear. I have to agree with you there. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. You never know if you may find some useful items or houses, whatever. The wind does more than simply blow. The life of the people and the animals, the land, water, fire, everything is affected. It can't be seen, but its power is very important. Very true. Since olden times, the Windward Forest has been the hiding place of the Wind Jade. If you hold this special stone, you can place the wind at your command. Somehow a stranger has found the stone and is using it in evil ways. Your best chance against the person who holds the Wind Jade is to keep moving. Still targets are easier to hit. If it is not returned to its place, all the wind in the Celtland will cease. Okay, so very useful advice, especially for the next upcoming boss battle. So really, evasion by moving is our best friend, if that wasn't obvious. Let's see what we got in here in this hotel. Hello, Shannon. Hello, so you two have come to this town. I've heard of a mysterious gem in the Windward Forest with power to... Son of a bitch! The game crashed. Well, this is unfortunate because all the experience that I gained, lost. Man! Now I have to go all the way back to the previous save point. Damn it! And I have to go through the entire freaking cave all over again! Man, this is so stupid! Why did the game have to crash randomly? Like, what the freaking hell, man? I seriously can't catch a break. It's like the game wanted me to go back through the cave at least one more time or two. God, this is so lame. Sorry, guys. I can't exactly control the fact that the N64 just loves to randomly crash the game just by talking to Shannon. And it's not like I was trying to do anything major. I just did a little bit of exploring. Honestly, I probably should have saved immediately upon entering the place. But, oh well. What can you do? God damn it. Unfortunately, all of our spells are back to level 11 and level 12 respectively, too. So, again, really lame how that had to happen, especially at that point. Like, just after the freaking caves, too. So damn lame. Ugh. I honestly can't believe that. I don't know how that happens randomly, like the game just crashes for no reason. Same sort of thing happened with the Super Mario 64 during that playthrough as well, which was really damn annoying and really grinded my gears. And it wasn't like I was doing anything major either. Again, it was just a matter of just talking to someone crashed the game. Almost like as if I was playing Paper Mario and I was trying to find a way to crash the game, which, let me tell you, there are several. Several ways. Come on, really? Again, at least I'm not the furthest back. It still sucks, though, that I have to go through all this crap again. Especially with the wyvern fights that I had to endure and pray. This bat just refuses to die. I'm going to die again because this bat just keeps tanking all my hits. Alright. It's as if this game just loves to make fun of me, because I don't consider it a meme game, unlike a certain someone who does. It's like, oh, you really enjoy this adventure? Great! Here's a crash. Play it again. Because you're just that gullible. No. It's just the game being mean. It could be, too, that the N64 is kind of having a few problems. Or, literally, it's just the game itself, the cartridge, being so old. I mean, I've had this for so many years. It's a wonder that the game still works. Whatever. Again, sometimes these things just happen. Unfortunately, I will have to grab the spirit again. I think. Because I'm pretty sure it saved back at the point where, like, before I even made it to the first treasure chest here, within this place. Okay. Eventually, we will be able to get our power back up to level 13 for all of our spells. At the very least. And maybe water up to level 14. We'll definitely see how things turn out. But I don't really see that happening anytime soon. At least not yet. I'm kind of surprised that standing still was very effective there. That's usually not the case. See if I can kill both of these guys in like a couple of strikes here. There we go. Like I said, it is going to take a while before we can get our power back. Especially our defense. That was another pretty big kicker after losing that. Which is really damn lame. Again, thankfully, we can just run right back through this cave with little to no issue most of the time. So long as we don't run into too many wyverns, we should be okay. I am thankful that the... Oh, damn it! Stupid BS. I really hate that you have to have the staff icon to appear in order to be able to melee an enemy. Come on, really? Alright, let's get back to business now, shall we? Like I said, we just gotta plow right through all this stupid crap again, which is really damn lame. Alright, that should be good for MP for right now. Can always use more dewdrops later. Alright. Oops. Did not mean to do that. I keep thinking that R rotates the camera back behind you. You think it would, but no, that's assigned to the B button of all buttons. I wanted to try that at least once on these guys. Granted, it has worked in the past, but it doesn't really work all that well. By the way, there is a level 2 variant on many of the spells that we have. Though we won't be getting those until much later when we upgrade our power that much more. As far as what the effects are, level 2 like Silence or Soul Detect, for example, will target all enemies and not just the one. However, their accuracy is about on par with their level 1 counterparts, so only use the level 2 variants of those spells if there are multiple enemies about. If there's just one, just stick with level 1. When it comes to like level 2 stat boosting things such as agility, defense, etc., what I would do with those is use them to not only extend the amount of time, but it may also be a little more accurate. I could be wrong. Then again, maybe the accuracy doesn't change, but it just lasts longer. From my experience, anyway. There we go. Okay. Let's clean this up nice and quickly. Please, damn it. Thank you. Alright, everything's back up to level 12. And we got Wind Cutter level 3 back. That much sooner, oddly enough. Then again, I think we had it around this point, too. I don't know. Regardless, it's good to have it back. Again. Even though it shouldn't have been lost in the first place. But alas, can't be helped. Okay, definitely going to note to head to the nearest hotel and save progress as soon as possible after I reach the next town. That way I can freely explore without the fear of the game crashing on me and then losing a whole bunch of progress as a result. Not like the last time. Even though we did make it to a hotel, we just talked to Shannon and then everything fell apart. Quite literally. I swear this game just absolutely loves me in every conceivable way. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't encountered any wyverns yet, or scarecrows for that matter. They're usually very prevalent in this area. But I'm sure we'll encounter them again soon enough. Watch as I say that, that'll be the next encounter. Both of them at once. Which that would be a big fat nope for me. I would be booking it faster than anyone can possibly imagine. Like faster than frickin' Sonic the Hedgehog can run around the frickin' world. It's kind of funny how I can deal 64 damage to some enemies. Again, the damage value is not necessarily random, but it is random of whether or not you'll hit the enemy. It's not like a 50-50 crapshoot. It's more like a 70-30. 70% of the time you will hit the enemy, while 30% you'll miss. Okay. That'll work. Of course, we got more frickin' blood gels. It's kind of weird how these guys don't have a very creative design. They're just gelatin with evil eyes. They're like Cyclopses, except they're gelatin. I don't know why that is. It's a really strange design choice for an enemy. About as strange as having a paper clip for like a baby diaper be an enemy. No, I'm serious. That actually exists. Not in this game, but definitely in a different one. Also, how did that miss? That was bullshit. I guess I moved ever so slightly somehow? Who knows? I am honestly surprised that the only enemies we've been encountering were Skelebats as well as blood gels. No other enemies have we encountered yet. Though I'm sure they will appear relatively soon. In fact, they'll appear right about now. Okay. Guess not right now, but they will soon. Speak of the devil, what did I tell you? I guess I'll try to use this as an opportunity to gain some additional experience, if I can. Oh, come on. Seriously? I seriously wonder how much HP those wyverns have. Honestly, it's not a bad question to ask. I know I can always use the soul search ability to find out for myself, but the odds of it hitting the wyvern are relatively low. I honestly don't like those odds. Okay. Trying to hit all three, but I couldn't. Again, not a big deal. I could just whack them to death like I usually do. Come on, really? Screw you, game. Screw you. About time. That should have ended a long time ago. I wonder how we're doing as far as defense is concerned. We may be coming close to being able to level that up again soon. There we are. Okay. Defense is at 56%. So we still got a long way to go before that'll level up by another point or two. Which is really lame. But oh well. It is what it is. Hello, Wyvern. We meet again. Another kind of spell I could try to use is a restriction. However, it has the same problems as silence. It's not very often that it'll actually hit the Wyvern. Damn it. I am going to run out of freaking MP again just because silence is not working. And when it does work, it only lasts a single turn. I think I'm too close. Okay, not quite. There. Damn it. Damn it! I shouldn't have chanced it. Wonder what happens if I do this. Oh, okay, I win. I think it would still do that one attack which will completely decimate you if your defenses are low. Alright. Ah, crap. Again? Really? Again, not a bad idea to book it if you feel like you're going to lose. Like in that instance, I didn't really have very much MP to work with. And because of the track record of silence not being the most reliable thing ever, oh wow, it actually was working out fairly nicely. Ow. Yeah, as I thought. Oof. Kind of surprised I managed to dodge that. I wonder if silence really is the best way of dealing with it. I feel like it is, if it works, and if it actually lasts longer than a single turn. Which, in this case, it hardly does! And it seems like its accuracy is like 90% of the time it'll fail, while 10% it's actually successful, but only lasts for a single turn. That's what's really damn annoying about this frickin' spell. Plus, it's really draining all your frickin' MP because of the amount of times you have to use it. Alright. Are you serious? Again? Of course, I targeted the wrong enemy, and it missed anyway. Why do I even bother with silence, really? Probably should just try to use regular spells and then hope for the best. And then just keep playing Ring Around the Rosie with frickin' Mr. Wyvern here. Honestly, yeah, I think that's what I should do. Oh wow, restriction actually worked. And it's also just as effective as silence is. God damn it. Ow. Oh my god, that was so painful. I'm honestly surprised I'm even alive right now, especially after all that stupid crap. Alright, let's pick these items back up and be on our way, please. Because, good God, I really need the frickin' items again. God damn it, of course another pair show up. Yeah, like that's gonna work. Especially now. Although, having multiple enemies on the field may actually be kind of advantageous. Especially when fighting the Wyvern. Since enemies take turns to attack you and you have multiple turns to attack the enemies, you can use that as an opportunity to just continue to try to gain some MP back that you lost previously. Whew! Okay. So it looks like restriction is also very effective at holding the enemy Wyvern back. But again, its hit rate is also really poor. Like, most of the time, it just does not hit your target. Hello, Scarecrow. Good to see you again, said no one ever. Why are you even here? You suck. Oh, I can use Water Pillar level 3. Nice. Water Pillar level 3 covers even more range, which is really nice. Oh, god damn it. Of all times to miss, why now? Here we go. I wonder if we got any other new spells. I don't think we did, but it's worth looking anyway. Okay. By the way, if you want to know what Fire and Earth level 3 variants are like, we'll get those soon enough. In fact, I think once we get every spell up to level 13, we'll unlock the level 3 variant of all the elemental spells for their basic form. So, that is pretty nice. So, Water Pillar level 3, again, has the same sort of problem as its regular counterpart. It doesn't have a whole lot of range, but the level 3 variant covers a very wide area. Much wider than you would expect, especially with level 3. But, like I said before, it does cost 3 MP to use. And again, it's only really good if there are like 3 enemies bunched up together like directly in front of you. And you want to take all 3 of them out all at once. Other than that, it doesn't have a whole lot of use. Okay, at least we're just about out of here yet again. We still have a ways to go, and there's still a little bit of a trek left. But at least at this point, we won't have to worry about any more wyverns having to appear out of gosh diddly dang nowhere to ruin our day. So that's good news. Plus, I feel like we're even stronger than we were previously, so that's also really nice. So, I guess in a sense this was kind of a blessing in disguise, but it was still a very big inconvenience nonetheless. And here comes more trouble, of course. Every time, I swear. Whack, die. Okay. Come on, really? That should have finished them. Alright, that's good. That's good for health for the time being. I never really looked and saw what was over here, so it may be worth a look real quick. I think over here you'll find a dead end. Okay. Honestly, I was thinking maybe that would be... that would lead to somewhere, or even to like a treasure chest or two. But no. Sadly, that wasn't the case. Alright. Let's clean up this mess. And get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. Please? That would be great. Okay. Honestly, I can't believe that we just went through this whole place like twice in one session. It still sucks that I had to do it that way, but again, I can't exactly control when the N64 is going to crash on me or when the game's going to crash on me. Sometimes just by doing nothing for no reason. And it really sucks how there's no autosave in this game. If there was an autosave feature, that'd be awesome. But sadly, no. That's not at all how it works. At least we finally made it back to this town here. Good God. That was an absolute pain in the ass. Alright. Earth is at level 3 now, so... Okay. I was thinking with and when I say level 3, I meant level 13. Now I know, yeah, here we go. Right here. Back to level 13 for all of our spells. Minus, wind, of course. Now, before I talk to Shannon and potentially crash the game again, I'm saving. Now. Ooh, goddamn. Anyway, let's try this again. Hello, so you two have come to this town. I've heard of a mysterious gem in the Windward Forest with the power to control the wind. I hear that a wind sorcerer has been seen there. We can still feel his zephyrs, but for how long, I wonder? Good question. Hello there. You look like a young lad. Hi, I'm Leonardo. I'm a magician too. Your old brat's son, huh? I've heard of you. People say you're a favorite of the spirits. Your father was here about a month ago. He said he came across the Loach and was on his way to Limeland. I can't wait for things to return to normal so I can get on with my search for the alchemist's secret. I honestly don't get you. But he looks like a spoiled brat made for royalty in the most stereotypical setting possible. Who knows? One thing's for sure, I'm definitely going to try to explore this town yet again. And thankfully I did save my progress, so now there's no need to worry about losing all the progress I made again. Not long ago, 4 vagabonds came to our town. One of them looked quite cunning, claimed he was a magician with plenty of magic. I haven't seen him lately. But his cohorts are still around. What could have happened to him? That doesn't sound good. Okay. Now then, back to the expedition of exploring this glorious town. Not in HD. Though, no one really asks for like an HD remaster or remake of this game. And I don't blame them. I mean, if it does get an HD remake by THQ Nordic in the future, that'd be pretty sweet. To give this game another chance to live and fix up some of the issues that plagued the original release. That'd be pretty awesome. Okay. Me and my mates are van bound. We wander wherever our boats take us. But the other day, we stumbled across a precious stone in the woods outside this town. But after we got to this town, the one who was holding it disappeared. Oh dear. I'm pretty sure he's the one who stole the thing in the first place. He's guilty. He's the one who stole it. He did it. Well, what a cute-looking laddie. I'm just a hag, and I am the keeper of the green wings. It is important that you understand the wings will only work in wide open spaces. Of course. So, at least now we can return to this town fairly quickly with the use of the green wings. Again, not the most useful thing around, but hey. If you eat all your honey bread, don't worry, I'll give you more. Okay. So at least this lady gives you honey bread for free, which is nice. Let's see what else we can find. Here's another spirit right here. Perfect. Ooh, we got a new spell. A large cutter. Now, like I was saying before, the large cutter, I believe, does piercing damage. So bypass defenses of enemies. Just keep in mind, though, it has very limited range, and it only goes forward, like in one direction, the direction that you're facing. So it's only really good for, like, mid to close combat, and that's really about it. Plus it costs 3 MP to use, because of how powerful the spell can be. Though, is it really that powerful? I'm not that sure, honestly. I never really tried to use it all that much. I think I've only used it a couple of times and never picked it up again. Which, that would make sense, kind of. But hey, that's just my observations. Thought there was something over there. Guess not. There was a magician in our group who kept to himself. He disappeared not far from here. He might be in the woods. Of course. Where else did you think he would be? In your mama's house? Anywho, welcome to the Windward Forest. This place is quite a mystical place, filled with very powerful creatures, as well as a few more spirits. Let's see. Oh, we do have a new spell. Weakness, level 1. What that will do, I think it'll either decrease an enemy's attack power or decrease their defense. I guess we'll find out now. Okay, it decreases their defense. And it does so for a certain number of turns. Anywho, we have Thunder Gel. Or what I like to call angry faces that just bounce around. Dang it! You know what, whatever. Not a big deal. Based on their primary attack, I'm gonna guess these are Earth Elemental enemies. I don't think they have any sort of melee capabilities whatsoever, so I guess you could use that to your advantage. It seems like the Thunder Gels tend to appear in large groups. So that is something else to keep in mind too as you're exploring this place. They also have pretty high damaging attacks too. So that is pretty interesting to know. You never know if these guys can utterly destroy you. Actually, they can. They can do that very easily if your defenses are too low. it may seem like our defenses should be high enough to reduce the hits or just the damage that they deal down to a minuscule amount, but no. Since this is technically a new area of exploration, we do have to tank every single hit here. Okay, Earth. Okay. At least now we're at the point where our healing magic level 1 can at least restore up to 10 HP. It's between either 9 or 10. So, that's pretty nice. Although, again, it is draining that we have to keep doing that every frickin' battle. But even so. See, anything else over here worth noting? Oh, we have a couple of other new enemies besides the Thunder Gel. We have what looks like a pixie, a giant spider, and a beetle of sorts. God damn it, I missed. Okay, this guy is an Anacard. Their primary element is fire. And here we have a Treant. Their wind element. And as far as these fairies that are floating around here, they're fire, I'm pretty sure. And they'll try to get up close and personal with you, too. Oof. Okay, that wasn't that bad. I'm kind of surprised that these Thunder Gels here just take, can deal so much damage all at once. You would think that earth element, such as a rock, would really damage these frickin' fairies here, but no, not really. In fact, it doesn't really deal a whole lot of damage. Ooh, new spell, Hot Steam. Hot Steam level 1 is basically this fairy's attack, except it is very, okay, how do I put this? It's not very useful. It only covers a very, very short range. Let's try Large Cutter. Of course, I missed. That was a waste. Whew! Too close. Way too close for comfort. Okay. This is going to take quite a bit of time and quite a bit of MP too. I'm kind of surprised that that one MP restoration item basically was just enough to heal me basically back to full health. I don't know why I said basically in the same sentence twice, but whatever. Again, sometimes these things happen. Also, new enemy. What are these things? They look like snake mummy hybrids. They are lama or llama? Okay, they're wind they have a wind attribute to them. And they also tend to use Wind Cutter level 3. And they have no melee capabilities either. Come on, really? Ow. God damn. Well, that hurt. Alright. Well, I'm definitely going to go on for a little bit longer. That's for sure. Even though we are getting kind of close to the 3-hour mark, I want to try to make up for losing a bunch of progress earlier on in the stream, i.e. when the game froze on me and just crashed altogether. I'm not sure if I have any additional honey bread. I feel like I do. Okay, I do. Alrighty then. Probably should have ate more honey bread since apparently I have it in my inventory, but alas, can't be helped. Alright, let's head back through. Thankfully, this forest is not very big, though there are a lot of enemies here that you will have to encounter. That was worth a shot. Oh, nice. Managed to score a hit on the frickin' soul search. And I missed, of course. Oh, come on! How did that miss? Okay, so these things have 132 HP. And unlike many enemies in the game... Okay. Surprised that took so much effort just to hit him. Anyway, back to what I was saying. In order to hit these things, you do have to use magic. And honestly, the best spell to use against them is Water Pillar level 3. If you happen to have it. Or Avalanche. If you have that, that also works tremendously well. You can also use a regular rock as well to also hit him. Fire also works pretty well for whatever reason. But again, if you're running out of MP, you're basically screwed. You'll have no choice but to either accept defeat or just get out of there as quickly as possible. And dead. Talk about overkill, am I right? God, these enemies suck. Okay. Again, at least it gives me a little more experience. And also some additional experience for defense as well, which does help. Especially for later on. That much is certain. Alright, let's head back in, and we'll try again. I'm going to keep trying until I make it to the boss at the very least. That is if I don't get completely swarmed and screwed over by these frickin' fairies of death. Okay. When it comes to these things, use fire. fire's the best way of dealing with them. You can also use earth magic too, aka rock. That also works really well. But, again... Oh, hello. Alright. That phone call was literally no one. It was just a random phone number calling me for no reason. And like I always say, whenever those calls happen to go through, if they leave a message, then it was kind of important. If they didn't, then it was not important, and it was just one of those telemarketers calling for no reason. You may think that using like fire level 2 would be a... Okay, what? How did that miss? As I was trying to say, you may think that using fire level 2 would be a good choice. In actuality, it really isn't. Because it will divide its attack power basically in half. And it'll more than likely end up trying to attack multiple enemies at once within the vicinity. Good God! That took way too much frickin' firepower. Quite literally. Oh, Jesus. I would like to make it to at least the little hut that's in this forest here. And maybe even be able to get some additional items. Maybe level up my spirits a bit more. Who knows? That was surprisingly effective. Again, makes sense. Okay. Just gonna go a little bit further now. Now, I'm pretty sure within this place, if not, then around the hut, we'll find a couple of spirits and maybe even an item or two. Alright, and level 14 fire. Any new spells? No. No. Nothing there. Okay. Actually, I probably should have just tried to restore my MP by running around in circles in here. There we go. All done. It also helps with increasing our agility too, so there's that. Alright, at least at this point now, we have all of our spells up to level 14, which is absolutely sweet. Another healing potion, that's good to see. Okay, onward! And here we have an evil jack-o'-lantern. I believe that is indeed what these things are. Yep, it is a jack-o'-lantern. And just like many enemies around here, it does not have any sort of melee capabilities. So getting up close and personal is not a bad idea. I say that as I get hit by every single thing in that attack cycle, but whatever. You get the point. Oh wow, frame rate is tanking because of these freaking spiders. Okay. Since these spiders are all nicely lined up, one thing you can definitely do to efficiently defeat them all is use Rolling Rock level 1 or 2 if you happen to have it, and just stand in a certain spot and just dodge their attacks, and also fire the Rolling Rock again and again. Thankfully, these spiders are very big targets, and it's very easy to hit them all, or at least hit 3 of them within a row. And again, this is good for leveling up your magic usage and MP as well. These attacks are pretty easy to dodge so long as you're not in close range. Okay, 2 down. Two down. Make that 3 down. 2 more to go. Alright, let's finish this up. If I don't miss! How did I get hit by all 3 of those things? God damn, that was annoying. Too close for comfort, that is for sure. Anyway, I believe the next boss, believe it or not, is coming up very, very shortly. Also, we have another new enemy right here. I believe those are just the orcs. They are the regular orc. Yep. That is indeed what they are. They'll try to get up close and personal and try to ground pound you into oblivion. So what you need to do is stay the hell away from them. Damn it! Oof. For whatever reason, I think these orcs are the only enemies in the entire game in which you can actually knock them back. Which I find kind of strange how you can even do that. Wish you could do that with other enemies here, but no, you can't. And that is really lame. Come on! I'm gonna die, aren't I? Jesus, that took too long. Alright, there we go. That's good. Oh, come on! I just want to get to the next boss. which is literally right here. Alright, say hello to this butthole here. Zels. Get out of my way, brat. I'm the one who now holds the Wind Jade. All you who belittled my power are about to be blown to smithereens. So say hello to this asshole here. He is no joke. God damn it. Of course I missed. And as expected, he uses wind elemental attacks. So, yeah, be prepared. Oof. Yeah, if you stand too close to him, you'll just get completely wrecked. His attacks aren't exactly very easy to telegraph. If he gets up close and personal in your face, then he'll end up doing the large cutter attack, which that can deal a lot of damage to you. But this attack also deals a whole lot of damage. And for whatever reason, he doesn't use that attack very often. But when he does, damn, it is painful. Okay. Of course that missed. If you're really far away from this guy, he'll use those wind bird-like attacks to try to wreck your face in. And those, they deal the least amount of damage on their own, but with multiple hits, it can really be painful. Well, I got slapped into oblivion. Dang it. Oh well. Well, it just means I need to get that much stronger before I can even stand a chance against him. Just like with the previous boss, whom we fought not that long ago in the last session. But anyway, I'm over the 3-hour mark now, and I'm definitely going to call it a session here. We've been through quite a lot today, and unfortunately we had to repeat something because the game decided to crash on me for no reason, but anywho, that's in the past. We need to move on, which we will be doing next time. This is General Snivy with the Quest 64 playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time on this mystical quest, we will be getting that Windstone back by any means necessary. As far as how we're going to get it back, by beating the ever-loving crud out of the holder, of course. This is going to be a real fun and bumpy ride, and I hope you'll all join me for the next exciting adventure. Anywho, thank you all again so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all on the flip side.